Director of the Quicken Loans National Tigers Tournament that comes back here this year to TPC Potomac. And we're looking forward to that coming up. Thanks again, Mike. We appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
Baseball now after an embarrassing loss on Saturday night, losing 17-3. Nationals trying to salvage the weekend in Philly with the rubber match against those Phillies. Series finale, and let's get right to the drama, shall we, as there were 2 outs in the ninth. Nats trail 3-0. Ryan Zimmerman clubs his pinch hit, 3-run shot to left. Z-Man doing it again, having a good season so far. Dusty saying, I'm a genius making that move, but that apparently just prolonged the inevitable. Cesar Hernandez walk-off single. Phillies take 2 of 3 for the Nationals' 4-3 count. Up in Baltimore, Orioles looking to remain undefeated, but instead had a ninth inning to forget about. Yankees planting 4 runs, go on to beat the Birds 7-3. All right, coming up here on Game On Overtime, can Patrick Ewing save the Hoyas? We go one-on-one with the big man, the legend, and the new coach at the Hilltop. Plus, we introduce you to a young local golfer who would have loved to follow in her namesake shoes. And next, we get you set for playoff hockey. Is this the year for the Caps? We break it all down with some special guests next on Game On Overtime.
We know they're a young, skilled team, but the way we've tried to prepare all year is that it doesn't matter the team we're playing. We know they're a young, skilled team, but the way we've tried to prepare all year is that it doesn't matter the team we're playing. You know, we'll dissect their game a bit for tendencies, but in the end, if we play to our identity, it doesn't matter the team.
Welcome back to Game On Overtime. Yeah, it's playoff time for the Washington Capitals. First up, young phenom Austin Matthews and the Toronto Maple Leafs. You know, it's been another solid season for the guy we just saw talking, Caps goalie Braden Holtby. Good enough to get the Vezina Trophy for the second straight season. Our friends at Winners View take a closer look.
Can Braden Holtby win back-to-back Vezina trophies?
Oh, what a save by Holtby! He just robbed Kane blind!
He definitely has a shot, as Vegas has his odds at just over 1-3. Holtby leads the league in shutouts and is tied for first in wins. He's now posted 3 straight 40-win seasons, becoming just the 3rd goaltender to achieve that feat.
Braden Holtby has just been outstanding all season long.
His main competition, Sergei Bobrovsky, surged some in March.
Bobrovsky makes a huge save.
The two goalies are virtually deadlocked in full-strength save percentage on unblocked shots.
Backhand, great stop there by Holtby.
Despite shining in different ways, Bobrovsky is second in the league in high-danger save percentage, while Holtby has excelled at avoiding mental lapses on easier shots. Thus, he has the edge on both low and medium danger save percentage at full strength. Bobrovsky's edge may come down to his play on the penalty kill, where he stopped nearly 5% more shots than Holtby has. While he may not be the odds-on favorite, Braden Holtby has established himself as one of the league's very best and is certain to earn a second straight Vezina nomination. And that's the winner's view.
Are we going to be seeing some winners in a few months with the Caps? Danny Rouillet, Bill Rowland of 106.7 The Fan here to discuss the Washington Capitals and now another run at Lord Stanley's Cup. Let's start off with concerns. Are there any for the Caps heading into the playoffs other than the inability to get over the hump?
I'll let you take that one.
Well,
Is that it?
concerns are just all the history that's happened to me as a Capitals fan. But in terms of this team specifically, listen, number 1 in goals allowed, number 2 in goals scored. That's the opposite of the 91 Redskins, who were number 1 and number 2 in the opposite categories. They're the best team in the NHL. There's no disputing that. 82 games of samples say that. But to me, if there's one thing I would nitpick, it's some of those careless offensive zone unnecessary penalties. You commit a penalty, Bill, trying to stop a goal. That happens. That's hockey. But some of those careless ones they don't need to take. They cleaned it up a little bit down the stretch, but there were times where this team was a little bit too sloppy. Penalty kill so good it bailed them out, but that would be my one concern heading in.
I think you look at who they're playing in Toronto, and they've got a guy in Mike Babcock, their head coach, who's been there 3 times already. He's won a cup already, and he put it out there after their game today. He said, look, we're playing the team that won the President's Trophy. They should be nervous. They have to go in and play a good team. All the pressure's on them. So he's already set it up, guys, that this is about Washington. It's not about Toronto.
First game is Thursday night at 7 o'clock at Verizon Center for the Capitals. Pretty simple stuff, though, too, guys, in the postseason. Big-name guys have got to have big-time performances. Alexander Ovechkin, Braden Holtby, Nicky Backstrom, all the big names got to step up. I mean, it's pretty basic stuff.
It is pretty standard, but to me, you think about number 1 defensive pairings. Coaches can mix and match and tell you, hey, we're going to take away Ovechkin, take away Backstrom. That's why I've always felt like you needed somebody else. Evgeny Kuznetsov, and that line to me is the difference. If they go, I think so do the Capitals, Bill. That's my key.
Well, I think also you look at defensively, the depth that they have now. Nate Schmidt has played great with John Carlson being out here as of late, and I think as you go through the playoffs, they're deeper now with those backline pairings than they've ever been in the past. I think the trade for Shattenkirk, that wasn't a Martin Erat trade that we saw a couple years ago that you went, well, maybe it'll help, maybe it won't. This is more like the trade that the Penguins made back in the early 90s when they got Ron Francis and Ulf Samuelsson, and then they won 91 and 92. They won back-to-back years winning the Cup. That's what that trade is.
A year ago, I was going into the postseason with those same old feelings of this could be the same result for the Caps, but for some reason I'm very confident about this team this year. Is there more of a sense of, we've been through so many failures before, it's not going to hurt as much if we fail, so why not just go out and win the damn thing?
Well, yeah, and I think also, too, the team, as Danny said, they're deeper. They're better. It isn't just Ovechkin and Backstrom, and if those guys are the ones that are scoring all the goals, they're fine, but if they don't, that they're going to get eliminated. This team is better and deeper than they've been. You just look at the numbers from this year to last year. It's almost the same, and they were in probably what has been the hardest division perhaps in the history of hockey.
All right, before I let you guys go, prediction time for the series. What we got, Danny?
I think the Caps win this series. Toronto's a team on the come. We may be talking about them like we talk about the Caps in a few years. Austin Matthews is one of not just the best young hockey players in the game, one of the best hockey players in the game. He's terrific. Some nice young pieces, but I think the Caps take this one.
Yeah, Toronto, 9 different rookies scored a goal this year for them. I mean, that's unheard of most of the time in the NHL. Caps win this thing in 5 or 6. I don't think they're going to struggle.
Break out the brooms. It's going to be a sweep for the Caps. All right, guys, 106.7 The Fan, Bill Rowland, Danny Rouillet. Appreciate your time and coming in here on such a late evening for you two. Sure. I know you need your sleep. All right, straight ahead, we go one-on-one with this guy. Remember him, old number 33, and the new coach of the Georgetown Hoyas, Patrick Ewing. That's next on Game On Overtime.
We've had a rich tradition led by the man in the back, Coach Thompson. His vision, his hard work, his dedication has helped to lift the program to where it's gotten, and it's my job to add on to that legacy.
Look who's back for the Hoyas. Not at center, where he helped Georgetown to their only national title way back in 1984, but the head coach, replacing the son of his old coach, John Thompson. Our Adam Longo goes one-on-one with Patrick Ewing.
There's a lot of talk, obviously, it's your first day here, but I put it out there on Twitter. People want to know about rivalry games, Syracuse, Maryland. Is it in your DNA to keep those rivalries going with the school?
I'm not going to say it's not or it is in my DNA. It's my goal right now to try to build this program. Next year is going to be a rough year for us in terms of, we have guys leaving. We haven't been able to get out there and recruit, try to bring in, the talent that we need to bring in to bolster our team for next year. So I'm not sure what especially next year is going to be. In the future, probably, but we're just going to take our time to build our team and to play whoever we feel that it's in our best interest to play.
Curious about the job interview process. First, did you have to talk them into it, or did they have to talk you into it?
You know what? I think I just went through the process and just let them know that how much interested I am in having this opportunity. So I think I had to probably had to talk them into it. I'm the only one who didn't have head coaching abilities, not even say abilities, but who has been a head coach. So just like when I went through the process, I told Jack that all you need is an opportunity.
So when you go through the interview process, how do you sell them? You say to them, I can bring X, Y, and Z to this program. What'd you say?
Just tell them my vision of where I see the program, what I want to do. I want to make sure that we get back to the way that it was when I was here. Not to say that we're going to win championships or even get back to the Final Four, but that's my goal, is to make sure that we get guys in here who can help to rebuild the program.
I read the internet, and of course I believe everything I read. On the internet it says your big goal was to be an NBA head coach.
Right.
So are you settling for this job?
I don't think I'm settling. I think it's a great opportunity. Yes, most of my coaching career, that's my vision was to be an NBA head coach. Came close last summer to getting that opportunity. But once Georgetown came available, I just thought it was a great fit. It's my alma mater, my kids here, my grandkids are here. So I just thought it was a chance for me to come back home.
Who will you try to emulate as a head coach?
I think that.
Are you your own style, your own man?
I have my own style, my own way of doing things, but naturally you borrow wisely from a lot, the smarter people who are ahead of you. So I would have the ability to work. I was able to work with some great coaches, and not only work for but also play for. So I'm gonna borrow bits and pieces from what they have done, but combine it with my own style and take it from there.
All right, one more time out, and we're going to wrap things up here on Game On.